President Obama has visited mosques overseas, but now, for the first time in his final year in office, he feels the need to show public support for American Muslims. Not the best weather for hosting a president, but that wasn't keeping anyone away. They've lobbied hard for this historic visit. Community and religious leaders were looking for reassurance, anxious about the hostile climate for Muslims following recent terrorist attacks.
It is my honor to introduce to you Barack Obama.
Mr. Obama acknowledged their fears and adopted their customs.
And since 9/11, but more recently since the attacks in Paris and San Bernardino, you've seen too often people conflating the horrific acts of terrorism with the beliefs of an entire faith. And of course, recently we've heard inexcusable political rhetoric against Muslim Americans that has no place in our country.
And Mr. Obama was speaking just as the presidential election campaign is shifting into a higher gear, so the timing of his visit here was key, as a rebuke to the anti-Muslim statements by Republican candidates who are competing to replace him. Citing national security, they've tried to outdo each other with calls to halt refugees from the Middle East, with attacks on President Obama for refusing to link terrorism to Islam.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
I was worried when Donald Trump made those statements and he was leading in the polls. I was. And so were my parents.
The election has rattled even mainstream Muslims like Hannah, a self-assured teenager with confidence in herself and her faith.
Before I leave the house, I'm often told, be aware of your surroundings. They don't really say, all right, have a nice day today. They say, be aware of your surroundings.
President Obama pushed back against that kind of fear and division, calling to confront bigotry and appealing directly to Muslim youth.
You fit in here, right here. You're right where you belong. You're part of America, too. You're not Muslim or American, you're Muslim and American.
Urging them to have faith in their future as Americans at a time when the future of the country is in flux. Barbara Platt-Usher, BBC News, Baltimore.